From a water cleaning plant bigger than a football field to a spaceship spanning 6 lanes, these are heavy machines carrying the weirdest items, starting with this 4,800-ton water cleaning plant. If you've ever tried to parallel park and thought that was a challenge, imagine the struggle faced by a Saudi Arabian logistics company back in 2012. These guys made history by moving the heaviest item by road freight. This thing tipped the scales at a jaw-dropping 4,800 tons. That's the weight of roughly 800 full-grown elephants, give or take. If that isn't impressive enough, consider the fact that the unit took up more area than half a football field. Yep, the truck carrying this behemoth had 172 axles. I get impatient just counting the wheels on a regular 18-wheeler when stuck in traffic. So you can imagine the double takes this convoy must have received. But if you think that's crazy, check out this transformer that caused traffic to come to a standstill in the UK. You think rush hour is a pain? Let me tell you about Britain's own unique version of a traffic jam. It wasn't caused by a flurry of cars. Instead, a colossal power station transformer, weighing in at a staggering 640 tons. This thing was huge. At the heart of this crawling parade was the hefty transformer, essential for power plants' energy transmission. To give you some perspective, when combined with its specialized transporter vehicle, it weighed more than a space shuttle. Taking up 2 full lanes of the motorway, this transformer's entourage moved at the exhilarating speed of 4 miles per hour. Needless to say, motorists behind this convoy probably had time to learn a new language, knit a sweater, or perhaps read a novel while waiting. What makes this story even more awe-inspiring? The meticulous planning behind this mammoth move. 6 heavy haulage experts spent 9 laborious months plotting every inch of this journey, supported by a 20-strong crew to ensure it reached its destination without a hitch. Then there's the thing that looks like it's straight out of a sci-fi movie. When it came to transporting the Muon G2 storage ring from Long Island to the outskirts of Chicago, the operation had to be executed with the precision of a surgeon. This wasn't your typical haul. This electromagnetic ring, sensitive and intricate, couldn't be tilted more than a few degrees or slightly twisted without risking irreparable damage to its internal wiring. Consider it the equivalent of transporting a glass sculpture across bumpy roads without a single crack appearing. The stakes were incredibly high. A slight oversight, a minor miscalculation, and the invaluable apparatus could be compromised. Luckily, nothing went wrong. But this isn't the only delicate thing that needed to be moved by heavy machinery. Let's take a look at how NASA transports their rocket ships. NASA's Cape Canaveral in Florida is iconic for its rocket launches, which push the boundaries of human exploration. But before any rocket can pierce the sky, it has a ground journey to undertake. That's where NASA's crawler transporters come in. These aren't just any vehicles, they're the behemoths of the transportation world. In fact, they are the largest self-powered vehicles on Earth. Their main job is transporting rockets from the vehicle assembly building to the launch pad. But it's not just about moving from point A to point B. It's about ensuring that the rocket, often containing sensitive equipment and payloads, is transported safely without a problem. And these machines manage to do that every single time. Then, there's this piece of rock that had to be transported. In 2012, the roads between Riverside County, California and the Los Angeles County Museum of Art saw a transport spectacle like no other. A logistics company took on the challenge of moving a 340-ton boulder, an essential component of the art installation Levitated Mass. Now, if you're imagining a quick transport operation, think again. This boulder, with all its majestic weight, moved at a glacial pace of 10 miles per hour. No highway speeding here, just a steady crawl that made tortoises seem like sprinters. And the vehicle of choice? A colossal truck equipped with 176 wheels. The operation lasted a whopping week and a half, drawing attention, curiosity, and probably a touch of commuter frustration. But by the end, the monumental effort showcased not just the fusion of art and engineering, but also the incredible lengths humans will go to in the name of creativity and expression. A rock has never traveled with so much fanfare. This next one, though, is crazy. In 2020, Shanghai saw an architectural marvel straight out of a sci-fi film. Rather than the usual slide rail or flatbed relocation, neither suitable for this building's specific challenges, innovators looked for something more human. With almost 200 supports placed under the building, the structure didn't just move, it walked. Yes, a walking building. These supports functioned much like legs, mimicking the motion of a person walking. The sight must have been both surreal and awe-inspiring. with the building taking careful steps over an 18-day relocation process. But it's not just buildings and spaceships that need heavy machinery to be moved. Sometimes it can be something simple, like a pumpkin. Weighing in at a whopping 2,749 pounds, this isn't the kind of pumpkin you'd casually carve for Halloween. It's more the kind you'd need heavy machinery to move, specifically a forklift. But a pumpkin still isn't the weirdest thing carried by a heavy machine. When you hear Caterpillar machines, gritty construction sites with large, imposing machinery probably comes to mind. But these industrial giants were deployed in a mission as whimsical as it was ambitious, building the world's tallest sandcastle. They made it with the help of 7 CAT machines and 7 operators. These were joined by 7 sand sculptors, all working with 734 cubic meters of sand and water. The team included 2 hydraulic excavators, a wheel loader, 2 mini excavators, a vibratory soil compactor, and a track-type tractor. It took 15 days, but when the dust settled, or should we say when the sand stopped shifting, the castle stood tall at 12.59 meters, clinching a Guinness World Record. You know what they say, everything's bigger in Texas. Well, in 2010, an 850-ton turbine engine needed to be moved over 250 miles. To put that into perspective, that's like relocating nearly 2 blue whales, the heaviest animals on Earth, the distance of 36,000 football fields. But here's the catch. The journey took a staggering 25 days to complete. The size and complexity of this task were so immense that it wasn't left to just any logistics company. The Texas Department of Transportation took the reins. Given the weight and dimensions of the turbine, traditional hauling rigs wouldn't cut it. So they rolled up their sleeves and custom-built a rig specifically for this job. And boy, was it a sight to behold. This colossal rig stretched the length of an entire football field. But if there's one thing that tops everything on the list, it's this. In 2012, the streets of California witnessed an unusual parade. It wasn't a celebrity in a convertible or a championship team on a float. It was the Space Shuttle Endeavour, slowly making its way to its new home. Retired from its stellar voyages, Endeavour was set for a terrestrial journey of 12 miles from its original location to its resting place at the California Science Center. Endeavour claimed a whopping 6 lanes of traffic. For those hours, it was the uncontested star of the road. The event was so monumental that it turned into a spectacle, drawing thousands of onlookers. Families, students, and space enthusiasts lined the streets, some even camping out in anticipation to catch a glimpse of this engineering marvel. Many must have been in awe at the sight, a shuttle that once soared among the stars now cruising down city streets. Yet the journey wasn't without its hurdles. The shuttle, despite being designed for space, it wasn't exactly built for urban navigation. Its enormous width meant it made slow progress on its 160-wheeled carrier. The shuttle's trip involved frequent stops to ensure its balance was just right, avoiding any mishaps. On top of that, there were moments when the urban landscape wasn't ready for Endeavour. Trees along its route posed a challenge, and crews had to swiftly prune branches to ensure a smooth passage. But in the end, everything went smoothly. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel with notifications turned on, so you never miss another one of our videos. So, from a spaceship spanning 6 lanes to a water cleaning plant bigger than a football field, those were heavy machines carrying the weirdest items.